Hey, Hanamas1 here. Welcome back to my Building a Miniature Hogwarts series. In this video, I will be building the staircase tower. I'm starting off with the interior of the tower, then I'll build the exterior of the tower around that. So I'm building a lot of very tiny staircases. It's a lot of effort for a part of the building that most of the time you won't be able to see because it'll be completely covered, but I do like how you can take off the roof of all the different sections and see inside, so that is something I want to continue with this part of the building. So I cut out the windows by slicing off sections and then creating little horseshoe shapes in the cardboard, which now I think about it you can call a semicircle, but I don't know. But you know, and then I kind of plaster them back together using scraps of paper to make them back into one cohesive structure, and then I stick down all the little staircases where they would go, and yeah, go all the way around on all four of the walls with that, sticking on the staircase, creating doorways and windows and all that. Obviously these staircases aren't exactly like the film, namely because the ones in the film move and there's no set layout for them, so it's kind of hard to copy it. I paint the interior, like all the separate pieces, before assembly, and I also cut out loads and loads of these little square pieces that I can then use as the myriad of paintings which cover the walls of this staircase. It's actually a really cool effect. So yeah, I'm going to cover it with that. It's really fun trying to do that thing where it's like, where it looks random, but in order to make it look random, it's really not random, because you have to be really careful about what goes where. I then do, at the bottom of the towers, I do them all the paintings are just jet black. And then as you get higher, there's more ones with colour. And that adds a really nice depth when you're looking down. It looks way further than it actually is, just because it's so dark at the bottom. And I really like the effect. So I'm so glad I did this. And then as you get higher, as you can see, I'm adding in a few odd ones which are a different colour. Like you can have some brown ones in there and green in there, which like in my mind like the landscape ones. I didn't know exactly what any of them were, but like it's nice to have general ideas, I suppose. Did some dark blue ones, some red ones, and I did some purple ones as well, as such. And I think they look really cool. Then I use pieces of paper to just create like a hinge between the pieces, and it just makes everything nice and secure. It's easiest to stick them flat and then bend it once it's dried. And then I used just a piece of paper to create a tube or a cylinder that goes all the way around it. Then I measured out a circle. This is not a good way of making a circle, might I? I could have used a compass or found something the right size to draw around. I don't know why I did it like that, but you know, whatever, it kind of worked. And then I cut out a circle piece, which is going to be for the top of the tower. And I'm just going to use pieces of paper to create the link between that top bit and the bottom bit I've already made. And then I stick on, make the tower taller, and then add on a little platform that eventually the roof is going to sit on. This is just like a support for that. But because this tower is so large and so plain, I wanted to add some visual interest in areas. So I just added in some patches of brickwork. I didn't want to do bricks over the whole thing, but I did think that some like small areas just to break it up slightly looked really cool. I created a cone out of paper, just like cut out, like if you just search cone net on the internet, you'll be able to find out how to do it. It's like in primary school you do that sort of thing, yeah, where you use a net to make a 3D shape. Yes, of course I decided to continue my method of doing all the ceiling or roof tiles individually, and this area was such a big surface area to do, and this took forever. Like this was basically an entire day of just putting blimmin' roof tiles on a cone. For the top, I decided to make a lightning rod out of a paper clip and a earring back. Using an earring back was an idea I got off the channel Sudson Studio. I watched that video and he uses this for a lot of his weather vanes and aerials and stuff, that technique. And I decided I really liked how that looked, so I just nicked that basically. I create a mini tower out of paper to go on the edge, It's got like, it's like a tower with another tower coming out of it. It's actually pretty cool. And yeah, I then start creating a little link that will join the new piece with the rest of the building that I've already made. And I just build that on. Then I start painting everything. I do the same desaturated blue colour for the roof. And I use the brown colour for everything else, basically. This roof was like, the paints are often a bit transparent, so it takes a lot of coats and there's a lot of surface area. But yeah. I actually really enjoyed this. Also, painting paper, like, it does get a bit soggy and you might need to like position stuff after it's dried and goes all crisp again. Then I stick everything in place and use scraps of paper to create a joint between them and then paint that. And as you can see, this is the piece done. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. And apart from that, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you did. It lets me know that this is something you want to see more of in the future. And apart from that, this is all for this week. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!